now, 4.5 long years of the first term of the Barnett government, and she has come in here on behalf of the citizens of Western Australia who happen to be fortunate enough to reside within her electorate and have such a forceful representative in this place. And on their behalf, she has said over and over again, firstly, that the government should not shut the Ballajura police station, and then when that protest was ignored, protest on behalf of her constituents, I might add, was ignored outright by the Barnett government, and they shut the police station regardless of the views of the local citizenry. Then the member took up arms on their behalf and fought for 4 years to tell them to reopen the police station, and even managed to, in very difficult circumstances, convince her side very early on to commit to the necessary funding and policy strategy that required her argument to be supported, and commit very early to a police station in Ballajura. Then, as we heard so well put by the member, in the course of the campaign, having argued against the requirement for a police station for years, having told the residents and the people of Ballajura and other suburbs in the surrounding areas that actually it was Orwellian in nature, the language that was employed. What we're going to do is provide you with better policing by cutting your police station. Then what we're going to do is provide you with better policing because actually police stations, local police stations are so old, passé, so 50s. What we're going to do is provide you with the police station in a car, modern policing, according to the Barnett government. And that's what they said for 4 years. And whenever they were brought to task in this place or outside in the local media by the member for West Swan, the government, whichever hapless minister happened to be responsible at the time, would stand in front of the media and stand in front of the press and say, those sorts of operational commitments are not our prerogative. We do not control where police stations go. Those are operational decisions made purely by the Commissioner. We don't get ourselves involved in that sort of detail. We allow the professionals to advise us on that subject matter. So I know that's what they said because, apart from the fact that member for West Swan said it a lot in this place, I know that's what they said because they said the same thing in the electorate of Warnbro. They said the same thing to the people who reside, those tens of thousands of people who reside in the northern suburbs of Mandurah and the southern suburbs and eastern suburbs of Rockingham, in the order of 50 to 60,000 residents who don't have a police station and don't have a hub, but are stuck in that vacuum of policing, which happens by unhappy happenstance, happens to coincide with the vacuum of public transport in between Rockingham and Mandurah. That vacuum of policing that is equidistant in geographical terms between the hub in Rockingham and the hub in Mandurah. We were told on numerous occasions when police ministers ventured south of the river occasionally that, again, using Orwellian language, the locals would get better policing by doing away with this old-fashioned concept of a local police station. And what you'd actually get is better policing because by concentrating our police resources in the hubs in Rockingham and Mandurah, somehow that was going to provide better service to suburbs some distance away in the vacuum of policing between those two locations. We heard it frequently, and then when we didn't hear it from the police minister in Rockingham, directly from that police minister's mouth, and it was not this minister at the time, it was her predecessor, because he wasn't willing to come along to the public meeting. He sent the Commissioner along, and the Commissioner and a couple of senior officers wore the brunt of local disquiet over the lack of police response in their southern and eastern suburbs of Rockingham and northern suburbs of Mandurah. And they were told by the Police Commissioner there was never a requirement for a police station between Rockingham and Mandurah hubs. He couldn't remember it anyway. It was some other political debate or something of that nature. It didn't matter that, I like Carl, and respect him, but on this occasion his memory failed him, because there was a clear commitment, there had been a clear commitment under the previous government, and I believe even the one before that, for some time, for a future police station in the southern suburbs of Rockingham was going to be located in Port Kennedy. But over the course of the previous Labor government, they realised that the geographic base of the population, or the centre of gravity of the base of population growth, was shifting south and east of Rockingham, and so that it was necessary to move the police station to Secret Harbour to fill that gap, to be mid-distance, to be equidistant between the Rockingham and Mandurah hubs, so that if a police station, a hub for want of a description, if you want a hub, if you want to put a hub there, it would work, because police located in that police station, going to work and from work to the location in Secret Harbour, would provide presence just merely by going to and from work. Beyond that, obviously, their response was going to just naturally, undeniably be faster than a response from Rockingham or Mandurah hubs, or elsewhere, some other distant location that happened to have an additional car or someone free to respond at the time when someone called 131 444 or 000. It is undeniable that a police station located in the middle, and I would argue that it should be a hub if you're going to stick with your arguments about hubs. 50 or 60,000 people without a police station, without a permanent police presence, is too many people. And I know that's too many people, because there are fewer than that up around the Cottesloe hub, the brand new Cottesloe hub, where, amazingly enough, the government managed to find money to build the Cottesloe hub immediately after they cancelled the Secret Harbour police station and shifted the funds that had been allocated for that the task of building the police station, which had been in the last budget of the Labor government. The land had been purchased immediately after they made the decision, having come to office and said they would fulfil that promise by the Labor Party. They'd also, the police minister came down to talked to the local media and confirmed, yes, we are going to meet that commitment. Subsequently, they realised that actually they needed to build a police station in Cottesloe, in the electorate of Cottesloe. They had to build a police station in the electorate of Cottesloe, and so miraculously they determined that there was no longer a need in Secret Harbour. There was no longer a need in the southern and eastern suburbs of Rockingham and the northern suburbs of Mandurah. No need. But there was urgent need for $10 million to be shifted so that could be contributed to the building of the hub in the western suburbs of Perth.
What's wrong with cars? What's wrong with cars?
Well, why can't they get a police station in a car, I ask, in the Premier's electorate?